Hi guys, it's Kino. Welcome to another video. So in today's pick a card reading, we are going to be finding out how and when it will happen. It can be literally anything. I am going to assume that it's something you want to happen, like a desired outcome or even your desired reality. I actually tested this reading on myself earlier today, and I didn't even have a specific outcome or situation in mind, but as I pulled the cards, I sort of realized what the reading was talking about, and it was able to provide me with some really nice insights. So that is another way that you could go about this reading if you so choose. You could just pick the group that you're drawn to and leave it open to spirit what situation they would like to talk to you about today and what you need to know about how and when it's going to happen. So there are 3 groups to choose from today, and for each group we're going to be using a different tarot deck. I've also placed a different crystal / object on top of each to help you pick, and I'm going to be showing you a random card from each deck. So when you're choosing your group, you could be drawn to the object placed on top, the back artwork of the decks, the front artwork, the particular card that comes out for your group. If you do feel called to it, you may even want to scroll down to the timestamps, as there may be a number in there that is personally significant to you, or just that is jumping out at you. 222 literally as I say that, which is funny. So, okay, anyway, if you are drawn to more than one group today, please feel free to listen to any and all that you feel called to. You could listen to different groups pertaining to different desired outcomes that you have, or maybe there are messages for you about the same situation in different groups. But without further ado, let's get a close-up look at each of your options. For my group number 1s, we have this Tiger's Eye Owl, and we're going to be using the Enchanted Forest Tarot. And your random card is the Ace of Cups. For my group number 2s, we have some Azurite and Malachite, and we're going to be using the Animism Tarot. And your random card is the 7 of Pentacles. And for my group number 3s, we have this Starfish, and we're going to be using the Crow Tarot. And your random card is the Queen of Swords. Okay, so just in case you need a bit more time to pick, here are all of your options laid out side by side so that you can compare them and see which one or ones are calling to you the most. As always, take all the time you need to pick. You can pause the video if you need to. I'm going to go ahead and get started with number 1. Hi number 1s, so if you guys chose the Tiger's Eye Owl and the Enchanted Forest Tarot, this is going to be your reading. I did want to mention that when I was filming the intro and I was holding up your crystal and your card, the camera went to 333, so that could be a number that is significant for some of you. Maybe that's a confirmation that you found your group, or perhaps that's a number that you want to be on the lookout for as a sign that you're on the right path to making this outcome happen. So let's take a look at the full breakdown of today's reading. How and when will it happen? Like I mentioned in the intro, it is any desired outcome or desired reality that you have on your mind. You could even leave it open to spirit and see what situation or outcome spirit wants to talk to you about today. But we have the reading here on YouTube as well as an extended. So here on YouTube, we're going to start by seeing your current energy, its current energy, so the energy of your desired outcome, and we're also going to see the current energy of the collective who will be affected by you having it or who will benefit from you having it. We are going to see what chain of events needs to unfold in order for you to get this outcome, and this is going to be like a timeline. So if you identify yourself at the beginning of the timeline, that could indicate that you still have some steps to go. If you identify yourself towards the end of the timeline, then that means it's going to be happening very, very soon. We are going to find out a sign that you will see right before it happens. We're going to see, will it happen when you're hoping or expecting it to happen? Is it going to be sooner? Is it going to be later? How in control are you over the timing of this outcome? And then we're going to finish off the reading with some guidance from your desired outcome. So we are going to ask it what it wants you to do right now, or like what advice would it give you so that you can align with it, if that makes sense. Then in the extended reading, and by the way, the extended readings are officially available on 3 different platforms. I just figured why not use all of the options so that we can make it accessible to as many people as possible. Patreon and YouTube memberships I recently added, so I only have the extendeds from April 2025 onwards on there. And for those of you who are considering a membership either on Patreon or YouTube memberships, just make sure that you read what is included in each level and that you understand like the perks that you are signing up for before you join. Yeah. Okay, anyway, in the extended reading, we are going to be finding out what about it will be exactly as you've dreamed, exactly as you've envisioned. What about it will surprise you? We are going to get 3 possible time frames that this outcome could happen. You may want to claim 1 out of the 3. You may want to claim all of them for different steps on the journey. It is totally up to you. A message from the version of you who has it, and a message or advice from anyone of your choice. So this could be from your higher self, from someone else's higher self, from a spirit guide, anyone you would like to receive advice from when it comes to this journey. So that is the full reading that we're going to be doing today. Thank you so much for being here, and let's get started. We're going to be shuffling everything on camera today. So I have a few decks here, a few decks off to the side as well. And we're going to start with our little energy check. So if what I'm describing here does sound like you and your relationship to your desired outcome, then you have found your group. Okay, so we are going to ask Spirit to reveal a card that represents your current energy on your journey towards this desired outcome. What is your current energy? This is gonna sound weird, but I have this visual of like heat emanating off of you. So maybe some of you are literally hot right now. Maybe you are hot, as in attractive, but I think more so, I'm thinking of literal heat. So that could be a sign that you are working very hard towards this goal, like you are using up a lot of energy. It could also be a sign of passion, because the way I'm seeing it is like this red-orange heat that's like emanating from your body. It feels like you're very focused, you're very passionate, and honestly, group number 1, I'm already getting the feeling that you are actively in the process of grounding your desired outcome, and that you are willing to take whatever necessary action. I don't feel there's a lot of resistance when it comes to you taking aligned action. Also, it's okay if your desired outcome or desired reality isn't like crystal clear, so specifically described right down to the word. If it is very, very clear to you, that's great. But even if it's a little bit vague, even if you're not exactly sure what it looks like, even if it's more of just a feeling, that is totally okay too. Any level of clarity you have, any level of specificity you have, the universe can work with that. Group number one's current energy towards their desired outcome. I feel like you know you're gonna get it. And if you've been feeling butterflies or excitement recently, it's because subconsciously you know that it's coming. Subconsciously you know that things have already been set into motion. You know that it's inevitable, I want to say. I'm also hearing it's yours. It's yours and no one can take it away from you. And this desire that you have, it very much comes from you. I guess another way I could put it is that I see your desire as uniquely belonging to you and not something that is the product of like conditioning or suggestion from someone else or societal pressures. Like it feels very pure. And by pure, I just mean not tainted by a non-you energy or entity. Like it's very uniquely yours. To the point that I feel like even if others didn't see the value in what you're manifesting, you would still want to manifest it. Ooh, okay. You're like, this is just what I gotta do. We're gonna take all of these, group number one. That's super interesting. I think maybe you noticed it was taking quite some time for cards to come out, but then once they did, it was an explosion of 5 cards. So I think that's going to be a hint of how your desired outcome manifests. Literally 1111 on the camera timer as I'm saying that. So that's how you're going to manifest this. It's going to be like, looks like not much is happening, not much is happening, not much is happening, and then poof, like it all manifests all at once. That's crazy. Okay, so I think we're going to take all of these to represent your energy. We have the Sun, we have the Death card, we have the Three of Wands, we have the Page of Wands, and we have the Nine of Swords. Okay. 2 major arcana, the Sun card and the Death card. Leo and Scorpio energy could be significant. I'm about to say a lot of stuff. Also Aries and Gemini energy are here. Okay, there's like an ending coming in your life, but it seems that you are excited about it. And I'm actually reading this Death card a little bit different than I normally do, because quite often I feel like I would read this Death card as an ending that happens to you. It's like a fated event and you can't really choose it. But in this context, I'm feeling it more as the end of an era, and you are walking away from something happily because you know that it's time. So for those of you who are in a situation that is no longer desirable to you, that is stressing you out, or that you feel like is holding you back, you are currently in the process of releasing this unwanted energy, or you're going to be able to walk away from it very soon. For some of you, this could also be a situation that did bring you a lot of fulfillment, and that maybe still you have a special place for it in your heart, but you just feel like the era has come to an end. Okay, it's like you're choosing to walk away, but at the same time, on the inside, it may not feel, it feels like you're answering a call. Like you didn't put the call there, but you feel like you have no choice but to answer this call. You have no choice but to honor what your soul is saying and choose this ending in your life. So it's like an ending that feels joyous. It feels like you completed a cycle and you are celebrating it, like a graduation. That's a perfect way to describe this energy. Like you have graduated from a certain chapter of your life. I'm also hearing like you've passed a spiritual test or you've mastered a spiritual test. And there could be a little bit of bittersweetness for some of you, but I'm mostly just feeling this overwhelming joy and excitement for what's to come. And I feel like the Three of Wands and the Page of Wands are really reinforcing that message, because the Three of Wands is all about looking ahead. Like we're not looking back, we're not looking to the past, we're looking ahead, we're looking to the bright future. We're looking to the new opportunities that are coming in, the new doors that are opening for us. And there's this feeling of limitless potential. Like there's nothing we can't do. The world is our oyster. The Page of Wands is also ready for a new adventure. There's a lot of inspiration here. There's a lot of excitement. There's a lot of zest for life. And I feel like with the Nine of Swords here, you're not letting... Interesting. There's a brown owl in this card. And you guys chose the brown owl. There's brown owls on your deck too. It's like the negative thoughts cannot block your view of the wisdom that is inside you. And you're realizing that in order to succeed, you never actually needed to kill your negative thoughts or like stop having negative thoughts. You just needed to understand that they don't have the final say in the actions you take. They don't have the final say in the choices you make or how you choose to respond to a situation. You can do amazing things even if your mind has some negative thoughts or fears floating around in it. They cannot stop you. This is like doing it scared, doing it with your worries, doing it with imposter syndrome, doing it with your negative thoughts. Like, I don't have to wait for these to clear to be worthy of what I want. I don't have to wait for these to clear to have the courage to step forward and do what I want to do. So you are in an energy that is very powerful right now. And yeah, there's this feeling of a joyous ending, because like it feels like, oh my gosh, I did it. I completed it. I completed this chapter. I'm free. I'm free, and I'm so excited for what's next. This is a lovely energy, group number one. Okay, so the energy of your desired outcome. We have the Six of Cups. Yeah, this desire was put there for a reason. I think you already know this. I think you feel it in your soul. This desire is absolutely divinely guided. Some of you have had this for a long time, and you've maybe even felt this desire or felt that fire in you, that flame in you, that spark in you since you were a child. Like this could be the realization of a childhood dream, or getting that feeling that you've been yearning for since a very young age. I also think that for many of you, this desire does go back to a past life. So it could be either like something you had and loved in a past life, or it could be something you lost in a past life that you are reuniting with or reclaiming in this lifetime. I also feel that for many of you, this is something that you're not necessarily super open about it, and not like you're sharing it with everybody. So maybe just people who are really close to you know about this desire or know how deep it goes. You know, most people might just know about your desires on a surface level, but I think it's a select few who really know how deep it goes, and maybe they don't even know that. Like maybe only you know that. What is the current energy of the collective? Okay, so the collective who will benefit from you having this desired outcome is being represented by the Ace of Pentacles. So something you need to know as well, like this, I'm getting emotional with this message. This desire was placed here for a reason, with the intention of being given to you. This desire was not just placed here to lead you in a certain direction, if that makes sense. It's not like your spirit guides or your higher self were just using it to get you from point A to point B. The point is that you receive it in a tangible form. Your journey to this desired outcome has and will continue to benefit the collective. But once you receive the tangible form of your desire, then begins a new level of the collective benefiting. So I need you to know, like, it's not selfish for you to want to receive this in its physical form. It's not selfish for you to receive the actual tangible thing. Like, that is an important part of it. It's not just going to end in like, oh, but it was a wonderful journey and I learned so much along the way. Like, yes, you did, but also you got the thing. I just need to affirm that to you. I think it's going to be a source of inspiration that you have this desired outcome. And it's also going to be healing for the collective, like to see that it's possible. Especially because I feel like your journey has taken a long time. And when you go, I feel like there was a long period where it seemed like nothing was happening. And then at the end, you did get everything that you asked for, everything that you saw in your dreams, like every last thing came to you. And that kind of ending, it's really important for people to see that. Okay. I feel like we don't need a clarifying oracle card for this because we got like 5 cards already, but I'm gonna pull some for your desired outcome and for the collective. I'm noticing as well there's quite a few orange animals present. The orange rabbit, the orange cat. I think that's a ferret or something like that. It's also orange. Even this person has orange hair. And there's an orange tree here. So I saw that color for you at the start of the reading. Like there was this reddish orange heat emanating from you. Somehow that makes me feel like it's close. Like your desire is close. And your body can feel it. Like you can detect it coming. 2 as I say that. Very interesting. Okay. So far we saw 333 in the intro for you. We've seen 1111. We've seen 2222. Spirit did not come to play today. We have breathe. Aw, I mean, of course this could be a message like encouraging you to breathe, encouraging you to slow down. But honestly, the first thing that I thought when I saw this card is that you receiving this desire and like you and this desire being made for each other, it's as natural as breathing. And your desire must happen literally because of the law of cause and effect. Like, you inhaled, and the only thing you can do now is exhale. You are the cause, and this desire is the effect. Like, it must follow logically. we have mindful. Okay, breathe mindful. It is giving maybe spirits asking some of you to do breath work and meditate and center yourself. You know, I'm thinking back to the previous message of this desire being uniquely yours and not being tainted by outside energy. So when you start to feel overwhelmed, when you start to feel worried, it will be good to just take a moment and breathe and set the intention of releasing any thought form or energy that is not from you. Because I feel like when you're grounded in your own unique energy, with regards to this desire, it feels very good and it feels very natural. And when it starts to feel off or unnatural, it could be that you've picked up on an outside energy that is not actually yours. And being rooted in your own unique energy. I keep wanting to say the word unique, okay? So embracing your uniqueness may play a big role in you receiving this desire. Being rooted in your own unique energy is a very important ingredient to bringing about this desire in the physical. The autumn leaves are making me think of change. You receiving this desired outcome, I think, feels like it's like your outlook on the world changed. Maybe you're seeing it in a more positive light. You're seeing it in a more hopeful light. And it's doing the same for others as well. It's bringing people hope that, like, people who are even like losing hope in the universe or losing hope in their journey, it is reinvigorating that hope. So it's very important. Now we're gonna use the deck that you guys chose. We are going to see what chain of events needs to happen in order for you to receive this outcome. What chain of events needs to happen for my group number ones in order to receive this outcome? We have the Nine of Swords, so that's a repetition. The Five of Cups. The Five of Pentacles. And then we have the Weaver of Visions, the Something of Cups. Sorry guys, this is not a deck that I usually use, but upon examining the deck, this is the Queen of Cups. Okay, so interesting that we have this repetition of the Nine of Swords, so that could be a significant energy for many of you. When Nine of Swords energy is strong in a reading, I do get the sense of a person who has a very active mind and who could tend to fall into the traps of overthinking, who could be prone to worries and anxieties. Basically me. So yeah, it can be a challenge to have a Nine of Swords brain, but it is still possible to manifest everything your heart desires, even with these worries or even with the overthinking tendencies. What's interesting about the Nine of Swords in this deck is that this looks like a child to me, and it looks like they're hiding away. Some of you could have started off your journey in a more shy or reserved energy, or sort of in an energy of hiding your light. And I feel like a big lesson in this journey has been to come out of your shell and let your light be seen by others. Whether that's in one-on-one interpersonal relationships or within groups or even within a larger community. But to come out of your shell and be seen, I feel like is a big part of this journey. And obviously these are different people on the cards, but I'm imagining these all as you go about your journey. It starts with you kind of hiding away, like you're not letting your gifts be seen, or you're not showing your talents, or you're not opening up for deeper, more intimate connection, or letting your voice be heard. There's just this feeling of hiding, like because I'm scared. And I feel like this golden ball represents your desire. Interesting that we got that message about the past life, and I was wondering if maybe this was something that you had lost in a past life, and that made me think of Five of Cups energy. So the fact that we have this here is interesting. It could be for many of you that I just got really emotional. Your desire loves you unconditionally and sees your true essence. I think this hiding away comes from a long time of being misunderstood. So in this lifetime, you've maybe been misunderstood, like I want to say since birth, or like since you were a child, or you've had past life experiences of being misunderstood. And so it creates this, not only like I'm scared to come out of my shell, but like what is the point? And I just saw 3333. Like the angel numbers are crazy in this group. What is the point? Like even if I came out of my shell and show my light, it won't be understood anyway. I feel like this is a wound, and I want to tell you that this is not true, but this is a wound that maybe exists for you and that keeps you hiding away. The truth is that you are lovable and you are understandable, and the way you express yourself is not only valid, but it profoundly resonates with others. This desire appearing on the physical plane in this incarnation, I think, has really helped you to come out of your shell. It is the thing that you will come out of your shell for. I literally heard like the one thing, and that makes so much sense. That's why I got that message of, you need to know that you're actually going to receive this. It is not something that was placed in front of you to get from point A to point B. So make no mistake, when I say this desire helped you come out of your shell, I'm not about to be like, oh, it was just about you coming out of your shell. Like, see, now you came out of your shell and like you fulfilled the purpose. Like, no, this desire is not like being used for another purpose. This is just a happy side effect of it. That yes, as a result of pursuing this desire, you did come out of your shell and you did realize like, hey, I have a pretty lovely light. I have beautiful colors in me that deserve to be seen and that deserve to be expressed. It's like this healing journey was built into your journey towards this desire. I also feel like your journey towards this desire is bringing about or has brought about opportunities for connection. Maybe connection with other people who similarly felt misunderstood in the same way that you did, or people who struggle with the anxiety and overthinking the same way as you do. There's this feeling of you making beautiful friends and making beautiful connections along the way. And maybe you are bonding over similar struggles, your ability to see each other, your ability to help each other. There's a lot of like happy side quests, and I want to say like beautiful side effects to you pursuing this desire, as I feel often happens. Like there's so many blessings packed into the one journey. And another big purpose of this journey was basically to wake you up to your own psychic abilities. There's a lot of stuff that you wouldn't have been able to do, leaps of faith that you wouldn't have been able to take, changes that you wouldn't have been able to make unless your third eye was open and you saw something there. Maybe on this journey you've done stuff or thought stuff that seems quote unquote delulu to the basic human mind, but deep down you know that there is a truth there. The main gifts that come from this journey are, well, there's a lot, but realizing that you deserve to come out of your shell and be seen, making beautiful friendships and connections along the way, and opening up to your psychic abilities. So, if this is what you have been through, if you're listening to this and you're like, yep, I've done all that, then that is your sign that you are literally on the doorstep of your desired reality. Like, these are the blessings that you will receive along the way, and then the final blessing is your desired outcome. Now we are going to see a sign that you will see when it's about to happen. The Nine of Cups. Okay, this is gonna sound so cliche because I feel like everybody says this, but it's like when you are like, you know what, I'm pretty happy with the way my life is, and you stop like chasing it, that's when it is about to happen. Okay, I'm sorry if you guys are like rolling your eyes because everybody says that, like, it will come when you stop wanting it. But I feel like when you are, this is literally contentment. Like, you're just content, you're satisfied with the way your life is, you're vibing, you're chilling, like you've released a lot of stress. Probably, this is probably happening because you're just so certain that you already have it, that you're just chilling. Because your soul knows it. And even, I want to say like your body knows it. That's not the first time I've said that in this reading. Your subconscious mind and your body know a lot of information that your conscious mind doesn't always see. So, I don't know, take that how it resonates, but it's like your body knows. Your body's ready. And your soul knows. And that's why I think you're just like chilling and you don't feel like you need to chase it. Because you're like, I already have it. You're already just living in that reality. So when you start to feel, like for example, okay, let's say you want to get into a relationship and usually you would like watch a ton of relationship readings and you're finding like recently, I don't even feel called to those. Cause like, I just don't feel like I need to check in with it cause I know it's all good. Like, I don't really feel called to do that kind of stuff recently. Or I'm just not like, I'm not really thinking about it as much recently. I'm just like enjoying the moment. Like that literally means it's about to happen. Like, does this guy look worried? He's just relaxing. He's just chilling. Okay. Is it going to happen when you expect it to happen? We have the 10 of Pentacles. So I want to say no because I think you already expected that this was going to happen a long time ago. And Ten of Pentacles, I think it has taken a long ass time, honestly. It's already, I think, later than you'd hoped or later than you'd expected. But what I think is going to surprise you is just like the way every last thing comes through. Because I feel like there's some things that didn't happen when you expected them. Like, you know, for some of you, it could even be like years have gone by and this hasn't happened. And so you've already kind of let go of the idea of it happening. You're like, okay, like, I guess that wasn't meant to happen. Like, I guess me 5 years ago was just being delusional, whatever, and like let it go. And then the universe is coming back around like, oh, you think I forgot? I have every last thing in this box here and it's just like handing all of it to you. So yeah, I mean, I want to say it's happening later than you expected, but I think you already know this because I get the feeling that my group number ones have been waiting for a long, long time. And I want to see, how in control are you? Or how in control have you been over the timing of this? Yeah. That's too many. But that is making me think there's not one specific timing that is set in stone. It could happen at many different times, or it could happen anytime. How in control are you over the timing? We have the Devil. You're more in control than you think, and it's really important that you don't fall for this illusion that you are not in control. This is interesting. Recently, the concept of learned helplessness has been kind of following me around. Maybe I have some learned helplessness that I need to work through. But it's this idea that if you have a traumatic experience where you were not in control of a situation and you were helpless and you just had to accept whatever happened, your brain remembers that. And then in the future, even when you are in situations where you have control and there's something you can do, your brain doesn't follow. Your brain is already conditioned to believe there's nothing I can do. And like, even if I do try, I'm not going to be successful. So you don't even do anything. You think there's nothing you can do. Your brain just accepts that there's nothing you can do. And the kind of shitty thing about this is that it applies to different situations. So in the past, if you had a past experience in your job where you felt completely out of control, in your finances, that learned helplessness would apply to other situations. Your brain applies it to other situations. Maybe someone can explain it better than me. It's not like a spiritual concept or anything. It's like, well, I guess everything is spiritual, but it's a psychological concept. And so if you've had a lot of past experiences, or even just one very like emotionally intense past experience where you had no control over the situation, where there was nothing you could do, that might be now transferring to this situation where you're not powerless. But there's this part of you that says like, why bother even trying? That's not going to work. That's not going to work anyway. We're just going to be disappointed. Or genuinely feels like I can't do anything. So I think a big part of manifesting this will be unlearning the learned helplessness, or just reminding yourself you have more control than you think. And also Just the practice of taking action is important to heal from that. Even when you know a situation is futile, it can still be healing to take action. You need to just show your brain, like, we are not helpless, we can do things. And it doesn't matter what the outcome is. It's about showing yourself, showing your subconscious, we can do things, we can take actions, we can try. Just teaching it that over and over, that will help to heal you from this pattern. I'm also being reminded of a street interview that I saw. It was a young man, I don't know where he was from, but he was in Japan, and he was interviewing an older lady who was protesting for Palestine. And I guess, you know, there's some people who say, like, why are you protesting? It's not going to make a difference. And the older lady was saying, I'm here protesting because it's not about me changing the world. It's about me refusing to let the world change me. So it's about, she does it because of who she is, not because of what she thinks is going to come out of the situation. So you take action because that's who you are. You make an effort because that's who you are. Because you have the power to do something. You're more powerful in this situation than you realize, group number 1. So I'm gonna leave you with that. And we're also gonna get one final message from your desired outcome. And we're gonna see what your desired outcome is asking of you right now. Definitely asking you to claim your power. I'm thinking about this breathe message. How you receiving your desired reality is, it's as natural as breathing, but it's like you've been held underwater and forced to hold your breath. Now you're out of the water, but you're scared to try to breathe because of that traumatic memory of being underwater for so long. And it's like Spirit is saying, you can breathe, but there's a part of you that's like, no, I can't, because it's stuck in that past memory, if that makes sense. You're in the open air, you just need to breathe. You need to do the thing, because you can. Back on task, number 39. Be sure you are using your time in the best possible manner. You might consider reviewing your goals, your schedule, or a project you are working on. All could use some fine-tuning. Okay, group number 1s. That was an intense reading. So we're going to go into the extended now, where we see what about your desired outcome is going to be exactly how you envisioned it. What about it is going to surprise you? We are going to see 3 possible time frames for this happening. And what else are we doing? A message from the version of you who has this desired outcome, and a message or advice from anyone of your choice, whether that be a person, someone's higher self, your higher self, or a spirit guide. So all the links are going to be down below to the extended on different platforms, whether you want to go to Vimeo, Patreon, or YouTube memberships. I will meet you wherever you go. I will be there. If you want to leave the reading here, thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. If you enjoy my content and you'd like to find me elsewhere, I'm going to have linked down below my tarot reading Instagram, my personal Instagram, the Patreon and all that stuff, where we have extendeds. We also have full-length exclusive pick a card readings. And of course, you can watch both. So that's going to be linked down below. It's a great time over there. And my music channel, which includes the intro song of this video, that is an original song. I'll also have my latest release linked down below. And yeah, thank you so much for supporting me, my channel, and anything I do. I really, really appreciate having you here, and I'm sending so much love to you, your higher self, anyone who appeared in this reading, their higher self, and your spirit guides, your spiritual team, and all of your loved ones, both here on earth and in the other realms. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye! Hi, number twos. So if you guys chose the Azurite and Malachite and the Animism Tarot, this is going to be your reading. Before I started filming for you, there was a few different intuitive messages coming up, so I just wanted to share those. This could even be like an energy check for you. You might see a confirmation here that tells you you found the right group. But the first thing is that I saw in my mind's eye an image of, I don't even know what this bug is called, but it's like a bug and it has long legs and it glides across the surface of water, like whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Maybe you know what this animal is called. I just saw it in my mind's eye, and with it came the message of divine protection. So somehow this animal is a symbol that you are divinely protected. Maybe if you see it, it's a sign of protection for you. And then also the color indigo and the number 6 was coming through. So that could definitely be a reference to the third eye. It could also be referencing a life path 6 or a Virgo 6th house energy. I was also getting the sense for my group number 2s that recently you're having a lot of ideas, but you're not necessarily having the time and energy to make them or work on them. And I'm hearing that's okay. Like, let the ideas come and go, and if they come back, that's how you know you are meant to make it or work on it. Okay, some of you, this is like really specific. You'll know if it's for you. Some of you have recently picked up a new habit that is kind of unusual for you. Like, you never used to be into it before, but now suddenly you are. And it's not necessarily a bad habit, but it's not particularly good either. It's like neutral, I guess, for most of you. And an example that's coming to my mind is like someone who used to never drink coffee. Like, they never cared, they never needed it, and now all of a sudden they're drinking an iced coffee every day, and they're like, this is weird. Or someone who never watched TV, and now suddenly they're like watching Netflix every night, or they're staying up late just watching TV or binging a show or something. And with this message, I feel like your guides are telling you that your body or your mind is tired. This new habit is a result of some sort of fatigue, and your body or mind is looking for stimulation or just looking for a chance to turn your mind off, depending on what it is. And I feel like your body or mind, or both, wants to do something different. I'm actually thinking about my friend Cindy, who is also an amazing tarot reader, and she's also a Virgo queen, and we mentioned Virgo energy, but we were talking about burnout together, and she said that her burnout doesn't necessarily come from doing too much work, but rather doing too much of the same thing over and over and over. So if she does a varied schedule, even if she's working a lot, then she won't burn out. And somehow I feel like this new, seemingly random habit for some of you is just like your brain saying, I want to do something different. Like, give me a break from my routine. I just want to do this for a while. I just want to do something different. I just want to rest. So some of you could be needing or wanting a little change in your life. Like, maybe you're just doing a lot of the same thing, and maybe that worked for you in the past, but now something in you is just wanting more variety. I'm also hearing like, I want to not think about this for a while. And I feel like that's a good thing. You can't be thinking about the same things all the time, especially if it's like a problem that you have, or a project that you're working on. Sometimes you just need to put it out of your mind and let answers come to you when you're not directly looking at it. Your brain wants to take a break from something, and so it's just turning to other things, whether that's for like distraction or stimulation or whatever. And I feel like that's okay. I feel like this is going to resolve itself naturally when you're feeling rested and rejuvenated. Okay, so that was kind of long, but maybe some of you have realized that this is your group, or maybe you've realized that this is not your group. But we are going to take a look at the full breakdown of today's reading, which is going to be all about how and when it will happen. And like I mentioned in the intro, it is any desired outcome or desired reality that you would like to know about. You could even go into this reading just leaving it open to spirit and see what situation spirit wants to talk to you about today. But we have the reading here on YouTube as well as an extended. Here on YouTube, we are going to start by seeing your current energy, its current energy, so the energy of your desired outcome. And we're also going to see the current energy of the collective who would be affected by you having this outcome, or even who would benefit from you having it. We are going to see what chain of events needs to unfold in order for you to obtain it, a sign that you'll see right before it happens. We're going to see whether it will happen when you're hoping or expecting it to happen, or maybe it's going to be a bit sooner, maybe it's going to be a little bit later. And we're also going to see how in control you are over the timing of this outcome. And then we're going to close off this reading with asking your desired outcome what it wants from you right now. What would it advise you to do in order to align with it, if that makes sense? Okay. Then in the extended, and by the way, the extendeds are officially available on YouTube memberships as well. So they're on 3 platforms now. VIMEO as a one-time purchase, Patreon as one-time purchase or membership, and YouTube as membership. So you have many different options. I figured we'll just make it accessible everywhere so you can choose what works best for you. If you are considering joining a membership, either on Patreon or YouTube, just make sure that you read the description of the different levels and make sure you understand what you're getting so there's no confusion. But as I was saying, in the extended, we're going to see what about this outcome will be exactly as you've dreamed and envisioned, and what about it will surprise you. We are going to see 3 possible time frames for this outcome to happen, and you can claim the ones that resonate with you, whether that's just one of them or maybe it's even all 3 of them for different stages of the manifestation. A message from the version of you who has it, and messages or advice from anyone of your choice, whether that's a person, your higher self, someone else's higher self, or a spirit guide, whoever you would like to receive advice from pertaining to this journey, this will be an opportunity to hear from them. So that is the full reading that we're going to be doing today. Thank you so much for being here, and let's get into it. So we are reading the energy of group number 2. Group number 2's current energy towards their desired outcome. It's interesting because I keep getting this message that you're going through internal shifts. Certain parts of you are changing, and I keep feeling like I want to reassure you, like, this is a good thing. This is a good thing. So some of you are maybe going through internal shifts when it comes to your approach to certain things, your approach to your work or to your projects, or even things like your personality and your self-concept might be shifting. And I feel like there's a little bit of unease there because the change might feel like a loss of control. But I feel like Spirit's really encouraging you to ease into these changes because you will see that they are very positive. And one example, I think this is maybe just to illustrate the energy, but one example that came to my mind is someone who is like very perfectionistic in their work, and they've noticed that recently they're not so perfectionistic anymore. And there's a part of them that's kind of panicking inside, like, oh my God, does this mean I'm becoming sloppy or something? And Spirit's saying, no, it means you're becoming more confident. It means you're becoming more trusting in your gifts, and you're becoming trusting that like your message will shine through and your essence will shine through, and that it doesn't need to be overthought so much. So there's this release of control in the change, but if you embrace it, it will bring a lot of ease into your life. I'm having a sensation too, like my ears are popping. That does happen sometimes when I'm reading. That could be a sign that your guides are close by. Group number 2's current energy towards their desired outcome. The High Priestess. 1111 as I'm holding this up. The energy of your desired outcome is the 9 of Wands. The energy of the collective who will be affected by this or who will benefit from this. The 8 of Swords. Okay, we're going to start with your energy. You are actually kind of coming out in the most powerful position with your card being a major arcana. This is representing divine feminine energy as well. So some of you could be feeling really in touch with your feminine energy at this time, or maybe that's just how you always feel. You could also be having really vivid dreams. It would be good to keep a dream journal because you'll notice some interesting things if you aren't doing that already and you feel called to. You could also be having some really late nights. Some of you are in a night owl or even kind of like a nocturnal energy right now. I think it's interesting that the High Priestess is turned away from the desired outcome. So it may be something that you're not actively focused on or actively moving towards right now, or this is indicating that you are giving it space, because a big thing with the High Priestess is that she already has the deep inner knowing of what is meant for her, and she doesn't feel the need to force it to happen or to chase it, because she just knows deep down it's going to happen when it's meant to, and is not afraid of anything passing her by. Like, literally, what is meant for me cannot pass me by. I feel like you're not chasing this outcome, you are attracting it. I feel like it is going to come towards you. Especially because it's coming through as the 9 of Wands. I don't know, like, if your desired outcome is like a person, an opportunity, whatever, an experience, but it is going to seek you out. And not the other way around. And I think you know that. It's going to seek you out. If this has been taking some time, some of you need to know that you are still wanted, or I wanted to say you are still in demand. That specific wording could be significant for someone, but it's like someone or something hasn't given up on you. Even after all this time, they still have their sights set on you, and they're certain about you. I'm hearing like there's no other option. So this person, opportunity, experience would not choose someone else. it is meant to be you. Like, this is meant to happen with you, or this is meant to happen through you. And your desired outcome is not giving up on that. It belongs to you, is how I want to say it. So I feel like your desired outcome is not going anywhere. And in the current energy, I feel like it is the one that is making the effort. It is the one that needs to make the effort, actually. And so if you are not chasing it and you're just going with the flow, I feel like that's the right thing to be doing right now. The collective who will be affected by this or benefit from this, what I feel with the blindfold is that they may not see it coming. Take this if it resonates, depending on what your goal is. But you obtaining your desired outcome could actually benefit a lot of people that you don't know personally. So, for example, like maybe you are creating or publishing something, and a lot of people that you don't know personally are going to use it or consume it or benefit from it. Or in the case of a relationship, maybe your influence on a specific person of interest is benefiting a lot of people in their life that you don't necessarily know. Okay? It feels like whatever you're manifesting here is creating a ripple effect that you're not entirely aware of. You might have an idea, but I feel like you don't really see the scale of it. And I feel like making a YouTube video is a great example of this, because you have a sense that people are watching it and people are hopefully benefiting from it, but you might not necessarily see the scale of it and see like how each individual is impacted. So it is impacting people on a large scale, but you maybe don't see that all the time. It would be nice if you could see it though. I hope you'll get more opportunities to like actually connect with the people. And an example that's coming to my mind, other than like creating something that people use, is like, I don't know, like maybe you started dating someone and then you get to meet their friends. You don't normally get to see them. And then you get to hear from them, like, so-and-so is so much happier now that you guys are together. Like, thank you for helping so-and-so with this. Like, you don't really get to hear it usually. And I hope that Spirit will let you hear it and let you really see your impact. It's not that what you're doing goes unappreciated, but it's like somehow that appreciation doesn't reach you that often. This will maybe just be for a few of you, so take it if it resonates, but some of you may even be stopping yourself from seeing the appreciation, because I just thought of the example of a YouTuber who never reads comments because like they don't want to see something negative. They're like, oh, I just don't bother, I just don't read the comments. But then in doing so, they also miss like tons of comments that are positive and that are appreciating them. Or like if there's people you don't keep in touch with, you may not realize how you are helping them and how you are impacting them. There's like a lack of communication with someone or something that makes you not see the scale of like the good that it does in the world for you to be pursuing your desired outcome. Okay, we're gonna get some clarifiers for these energies. So to clarify your energy, we have love. To clarify the energy of your desired outcome, we have spirit. To clarify the energy of the collective, we have purposeful. This card immediately made me think of the Three of Cups. So Cancer energy could be significant. Like the High Priestess with the Three of Cups, that is making me think of Cancer. Some of you could be more introverted, or maybe you like to either work in solitude, or with a very small group, and keep your circle close and intimate, which I feel like is a good thing, but expanding your circle or just opening it up a little bit more could help to bring more blessings into your life, or help to bring you new perspectives that would be helpful. Even just trying it. And maybe this goes into that message of something in you wanting change, something in you not wanting to do the same thing over and over again. Maybe there's like the same few people that you always work with, or the same few people that you always go to for advice, the same few people whose feedback you consider when you're making changes to something, because you're like, these are my people, I know them, they know me, I trust them. But that could be contributing to this, like doing the same thing over and over again, or having the same experiences over and over again. And I feel like something in you is asking for new influences. Okay, now I'm seeing the Lovers card, because the Lovers makes me think a lot about the people around us who influence us and inspire us. And I feel like something in you is saying we need new influences, we need new inspirations. Like if you want to output something different, you have to input something different. I'm also thinking of a musician who's feeling like, everything I make recently is sounding the same. And it's like, maybe I just have to listen to completely different stuff just to try putting something different into my brain. Maybe I need to like watch a random movie. Maybe I need to go to a place I've never been before and just like get some different kind of stimulation. So this message is coming through like an overall need for a change of scenery that will help you on your journey, but specifically like new influences, like a new acquaintance or a new friend or a new collaborator, a new business partner, just like working or creating with someone different, having someone different in your space. It's gonna bring new inspirations and new perspectives that will help you, and maybe even like connections that lead to someone or something really important. Some of you may have a hard time like letting new people in or trusting new people, but I think it's more about just trying. You know, if you try taking advice or feedback from someone else and you're like, no, this isn't it, this is not the vibe, like that's okay. But I think the important part is just trying to open up that circle a little bit. That's going to help you. And your desired outcome is like steadfast towards you. Something in its spirit or something in their spirit is propelling them towards you. You give off a kind of mysterious vibe to your desired outcome. And I feel like they like that. For the collective, oh, that's cute. There's like 3 cats, 3 people. A group of 3 people could be significant. We have purposeful. Maybe you want to be very like purposeful, or yeah. There's this recurring energy of you either being like perfectionistic or just wanting to be like very deliberate in everything you do. And that may be why these internal shifts or these new habits that you're picking up like are concerning you, because they feel not deliberate. Like, what is the purpose of this? I just started watching this show, or I just started playing this game, or I just started doing this activity, and like, what is the purpose of it? Some of you are like living in this paradigm where it's like you're really worried about wasting time or wasting energy, or like everything must be productive. And this could be the result of conditioning, because societal conditioning can definitely put us into that mindset. Like, I only want to go to that gathering if something's gonna come of it. I feel like there's not a lot of whimsy, the word is coming to my mind, of like, oh, let's just do this. Let's just try it and see what happens. And if nothing comes of it, that's okay. A lot of amazing ideas and amazing discoveries and amazing encounters come from that. Like, let's just do it. It's okay if it ends up being quote unquote for nothing. It's okay if nothing happens. Let's just post it. Let's just text that person. Let's just go to that event. Let's just do it. I think something in you is wanting to embrace a bit more of that energy and not just sticking to tried and true things. Okay, this is the vibe that I'm getting for you, group number 2. So let's get into the deck that you chose. Okay, this is really weird and silly, but like, I was looking at the initials of these cards, LSP, and then I was like, that reminds me of PSL, which is pumpkin spice latte. So just thought I would mention that. What chain of events needs to happen in order for you to attain your desired outcome? We have the Ace of Cups. That is a very cute Ace of Cups. We have Temperance. The Hierophant. And the Knight of Cups. I want to say as well that Life Path 5 could be significant too, because you have the 2 major arcana that are associated with that, the Hierophant being the number 5 and Temperance being the number 14, which adds up to 5. So I think I mentioned Life Paths 5 and 6. The 5th and 6th houses in your birth chart could be significant too, or like Leo, Virgo energy. There's also quite a bit of water sign energy here, but let me not name too many zodiac signs. So I feel like there is this overarching message when it comes to how you're bringing about this desired outcome. And it's like sort of coming out of this mindset of needing to do it all alone, or maybe you want to do things all alone because it gives you more of a sense of control or it feels safer. But there's this recurring theme of a need to like open up and let people in, or that like this will be an important part to manifesting your desired outcome. And this message could be interpreted in different ways depending on what it is that you are manifesting. So like for some of you, this could have to do with opening up and trusting people, or it could have to do with expanding your social circle like we were talking about. If this is like professional or creative in nature, it could be opening up to the possibility of teamwork or collaboration, or taking advice or guidance or feedback from someone. There's this energy of like, no, I got this, I can do it by myself, or like this, I have to do everything by myself because I'm so particular, or, you know, there's some energy like that that may be hindering you. And I think it's important to keep the attributes of like your very particular style and the very like keen eye that you have for how things should be done and your unique vision, like keeping those without the isolation part, without the I have to do it or want to do it all by myself part. I feel like there is a part of you that craves solitude and independence, which is beautiful, but sometimes leads to being closed off or even being rigid and stubborn at times, and possibly turning away connections or offerings or advice that could be very helpful on your journey. And again, I'm seeing the Lover's card. This could be a healing journey for some of you, because the shadow side of the Lover's card is like being way too impressionable, way too easily influenced by others, and taking on others' energy as your own. So if you are coming from a past where you fell into that, like, I just absorbed everyone's energy around me and it became impossible to tell like where I and others begin, and I had problems with boundaries, and I had problems with like discerning my own energy versus others that I was picking up on. If you come from that kind of past and that sort of overwhelm and like the sadness of losing yourself, I can see how the reaction to that would be to just like, nope, I'm clearing my energy field of everything that isn't me, and I'm not letting anyone in, as a way to protect yourself. But I feel like the start of this journey, it is a journey of self-love, but it has to do with letting others back in. I feel like this is an emotional shift that will first happen, and then relearning that balance between like honoring myself and honoring my relationships with others, relearning that balance of your boundaries. Temperance very much has this feeling of like trying things and tweaking it until you get it perfect. There's no hard and fast rule about where to set your boundaries and like how much time you should reserve for yourself and how much time you should give to others. There's no set rule of that. It's based on how you feel, and it can shift from day to day, from season to season of your life. But I think learning how to get back into that balance is important for you. I also feel like you're going through this is so weird. It's like you're going through not like what you're going through is weird. The way it came to me is weird, because there have been little messages throughout this reading of you going through an internal shift. But I feel like it's only now at this point in the reading that your higher self is actually revealing to me how big these internal shifts are. Maybe it's not something you're super open about. The way you've healed from something in your past, the way you've recovered from a grief or a loss, has changed you in a bigger and more profound way than you let on. And I think you're still navigating this new you. It's like you woke up in a new self, in a new body, and you're still figuring out how to like move it and how to interact with the world. And it's like, I'm thinking of when a baby animal is born and like they're trying to figure out how to walk and like they're kind of shaky and maybe they're kind of topsy-turvy. You're still figuring out how to operate in the new you, in the new body, in the new mind, after this intense healing process, which was maybe more intense than you showed to people around you. There's a rebalancing and a recalibration that is happening. I also felt strongly with the Hierophant that some of you could benefit from like a mentor or a teacher. So like if you are learning skills, doing so under the guidance of a teacher or an instructor could be really helpful to you rather than just going the completely self-taught route. I'm not saying that you can't, but it's good to, like, I went to DJ school. I could have taught myself how to DJ. Like, it's not rocket science, but hearing advice from people who have been doing it for many years and listening to their experiences working with crowds, and they have connections to the scene in Tokyo. Like, sometimes it's just better to do things with people, even if technically you could do it by yourself, because of the insights you'll get from the path they've walked, because of their connections, because of their unique perspective, because of the encouragement they give you. So I'm not saying it's necessary that you get instruction, but it could be helpful. I'm also thinking of an example of like, I don't need to go to therapy because I'm very self-aware and I'm very introspective and like I know what I'm going through. Maybe you don't need to, but maybe it could benefit you. I think you're being encouraged to maybe go out of your comfort zone or go out of what you think is necessary and learn something or grow under someone's guidance. Like going to a session, taking a class, getting a mentor, or even just like asking someone for advice. And you don't have to implement every single thing they tell you, but they could have some valuable insights about the transformations that you're going through and help with this rebalancing process. I'm smelling like the smell when you straighten your hair and it's like kind of burning. Maybe some of you are changing your hair or straightening your hair or curling your hair or something like that. That seems like a random message to come through right now, but maybe for some of you it's not. For some of you, this could be a message about going back to school. Some of you are going back to school now that you're older and are more certain about what you want to do, or now that you have the resources to do so, or you're going back to school now that you've healed like trauma from the education system, for example. Going back to something, there's this theme of going back to people after having a bad experience with people. Going back to having a teacher after you had a bad experience with a teacher, or like going back to letting people in after you've had a bad experience with letting people in, and like showing yourself that you can have a different experience this time is an important part to manifesting your desired outcome. There is someone or something that wants to be let in by you, and I feel like they don't understand why you won't let them in. They don't know your story. Like, they don't know the context. They're just like, let me in, let me in. Someone or something wants to be let in by you. And I feel like, yes, that needs to happen on your terms and on your own time. But there is a letting in of sorts that is important and even required to make this desired outcome a reality and to have it bring you the happiness that you really want. I definitely feel like there is no rush in this journey with the Ace of Cups, with the Knight of Cups, even this Temperance. Like, they all have flowing water in them. And water makes me think of like just going with the flow, obviously, and just moving at a slow and leisurely pace. There is really no need to rush this process. But regardless of what it is you're manifesting here, I feel like the biggest blessing from it is emotional fulfillment. Even if you're manifesting something that's like completely professional, career related, material, still, when you get it, you're going to find that the biggest blessing from it is like the love that you found along the way, the love for yourself and the love for others and the genuine connection. The people, that's going to be the most beautiful thing to you. You're coming back to embracing connection and embracing community and embracing collaboration. And that's going to be the biggest gift. There's a specific message for some of you about being welcomed into a family and being treated like family. And it may not be your biological family. So it could be, for example, like your significant other's family makes you feel really, really welcome and treats you with so much kindness, and you are just like their own family to them. Or a friend group that makes you feel that way, or even a work team or a creative team that makes you feel that way. A group is treating you like their literal family and looking out for you like their literal family. And family can be frustrating sometimes. Family can be inconvenient at times. It can be annoying at times, as human relationships are. But if you shut off from that, you also shut off from all of the love. Okay. We're going to use this deck now. What is a sign that you will see right before your desired outcome happens? We have the Page of Cups. Okay, so this is not really a sign that you'll see. I think it's something you'll notice in yourself. When you start to not feel scared about embracing change and embracing spontaneity, that's when you know it's about to happen. You could also, it's very interesting that the first thing I saw in this reading was like those gliding water bugs, because you could see signs related to the water or the sea. Something to do with seashells or fish or whales, oysters, pearls, things that are in the water, in the sea. There will be signs like that. Will this happen when you are hoping for it to happen? Will it be sooner? Will it be later? The Queen of Pentacles. Okay, I was kind of getting that feeling because I felt like the card was taking a while to come out. So, and this is kind of a similar message to group number 1. They got the Queen of Pentacles too, in a different place, but they still got it. It will take longer than you expected, but also the blessings will be much longer lasting than you think. So, just one example of this energy is like if you were waiting and waiting to meet your next significant other and it's taking longer than you expected, but this next significant other is actually like your forever life partner. So like it's taking longer, but the blessing that you get from it is infinite. There's a lyric in it's in 3435 by Ariana Grande, so you know, very romantic. But one of the lines is, "Who's counting time when we got it for life?" And something like that. That may not be the exact wording, but it's like, who needs to count the time when we're gonna have this forever? And also, like, it's taking a long time because you're creating something of a very, very high quality. Like, your desired reality is not cheap and poor quality. It is the cream of the crop. It takes time. You're not making fast food. You're making like a 16-course meal. With that being said, how in control are you over the timing of this outcome? The Lovers. Oh my gosh. Was I not mentioning this card a bunch during your reading? Like, it kept coming to me. So that's very interesting because there was a there was a message about indigo and 6, and I was thinking of the third eye with this. And I was seeing the Lovers card before it came out. So you may have the gift of clairvoyance, group number 2. You may, especially seeing future events before they happen, maybe you already kind of know when this is going to happen, or like you already knew it's going to take time, but you're not worried about it because you know that it's meant for you and you're manifesting something very, very special. There's a feeling of not needing to rush it or not wanting to rush it. But anyway, there's the third eye message. And then the Lovers card is also number 6. Third eye is the 6th chakra. We've been talking about the number 6 quite a bit. I feel like because someone is coming towards you. Okay, that message was coming through a lot. Like, you're not chasing it, it's chasing you. It's coming to you. So in that sense, the timing may largely be in the hands of the person or opportunity or experience that is finding you. And there may be certain elements of their timeline and their journey, the decisions they make, that affects the timing. But again, I feel like we're not worried about that because we know it's inevitable. Like, it's gonna happen. Yeah. Major Arcana also do give divine timing vibes, so I think it could be in the hands of someone else. But it's not a matter of whether or not they're going to do something, because we already know they have their sights set on you. There's something in their spirit that is literally pulling them towards you, or it, if it's not a person. So it's not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when. Okay, the last thing we're going to do is get some guidance from your desired outcome. What is it asking of you right now? Or how can you align with it better? What is your desired outcome asking of you? Persistent drive, number 11. See what you desire and move towards that goal. It is time to zero in on your purpose. Use your intuition and instincts to guide you for the optimal outcome. Okay, really lean into your intuition, which I think you're already doing. The dark blue color of this and of the High Priestess, again, is making me think of the third eye. I feel like you see things before they happen, or you know things before they happen. And I think you're really leaning into that intuitive part of you. I also do remember that when we first held up this card, the camera was at 11:11, and then we have another 11 here. So I think it's important that you don't just take action for the sake of taking action, but to let synchronicities guide you. Because you have a deep inner knowing of when action is asked of you, and then the universe gives you a sign to confirm. So it's like you'll get this inner knowing of like, I think I should reach out to so-and-so. And then you'll see something, maybe it's an 11:11, maybe it's some sign in your outside world that's reflecting the thought you just had in your inner world is divinely guided, and let's go for it. I feel like you're always going to get some kind of sign like that to confirm what you thought just now. Like, let's go with that. Let's do that. But this is definitely not an energy of like, you need to be doing more, you need to be acting more. This is like, wait for the inspiration and then wait for the sign, because we'll give you a sign to confirm it. And until then, just keep your eyes open. I feel like you're really in a receptive energy right now, and your desired outcome is saying like, just be open to the signs and be open to the guidance, and like, you'll know when it's time to do something, or I'm hearing you'll know when it's time to respond. There's some symbolism about the water bug I saw that's like gliding on the surface versus these creatures that are swimming below the surface. Maybe those are representations of your conscious and subconscious mind. Yes, it is, because you need to know that they are aligned, which is really important for manifesting. That's actually amazing news, because sometimes our conscious mind wants to manifest something and our subconscious is not on board. But I feel like when it comes to you, your conscious and subconscious mind are on the same page. So that's perfect. Like, you are positioned exactly where you need to be to receive guidance when it's time. You know this. So when you have the vision, when you have the dream, when you feel that tug inside of you, and then it's paired with some external sign or synchronicity, that's the symbolism of like, my subconscious said it's time to do this, and my conscious mind said it's time to do this. When you get the internal feeling and the external sign, that's when you go. Okay, group number 2. We're going to go into the extended now. So we're going to see what is something about your desired outcome that's going to be exactly as you envisioned it and dreamed it, and what is something about it that's going to surprise you. We are going to get 3 possible time frames for this outcome, and we are going to get a message from the version of you who has it, and a message or advice from anyone you want to hear from. A person, someone's higher self, a spirit guide, anyone. So if that sounds good to you and you'd like to join me in the extended, that's going to be linked down below on all different platforms, whether you want to meet me on Vimeo, Patreon, YouTube memberships. I will be there waiting for you. If you want to leave the reading here, I want to say thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. If you enjoy my content and you'd like to find me elsewhere, I'm going to have a link down below. My tarot reading Instagram, my personal Instagram, all the exclusive reading membership stuff. My outro is going to get way too long if I'm like doing it on all these platforms. But anyway, you know where to find me. It's all linked down below. And also, my music channel, which includes the intro song of this video that is Inner Journal Song. I'll also have my latest release linked down below. Thank you guys so much for supporting me, my channel, and anything I do. I really appreciate having you here, and I'm sending so much love to you, your higher self, to anyone who appeared in this reading, to their higher self, and your spirit guides, your spiritual team, and all your loved ones, both here on earth and in the other realms. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye. Hi, number threes. So if you guys chose the Starfish and the Crow Tarot, this is going to be a reading. There are a few intuitive messages coming through that I want to share with you just before we get into the cards. And the first thing is that before I started filming your reading, I heard, I'm tired of being an afterthought. There's a couple of different ways that I can interpret this. For some of you, it could literally be that you sometimes feel like an afterthought in your own life. As in, you spend so much time and energy taking care of others, and then if you have time and energy left over, then you can spend that on taking care of yourself, doing something good for yourself, focusing on your passions. So it's like you or a passion of yours, you're tired of having that on the back burner. You want to make yourself more of a priority. That could be a big focus for you right now. For others of you, I felt an interpretation of like maybe you sometimes feel like an afterthought to other people and you're tired of that dynamic. So this could be at work or in your personal life where maybe some of you are just feeling a lack of consideration towards you and your needs and your best interests. And you're like, I don't like this. Maybe some of you have walked away from a dynamic like that recently, and this is your confirmation that you did the right thing. And I was also picking up on this feeling towards your desire that sometimes you may not give yourself full permission to want this desire or like admit the desire as much as you want to. Like maybe we're holding back a little bit. There could be some of you who are concerned about how realistic this desire is and like don't want to get your hopes up, or you may be concerned like, oh, but do I really want this, or do I just like the idea of it? Do I really want this, or am I just using it as an escape for the problems in my life? Or maybe some of you are worried like, do I want this too much? Like, and that's like, it's not good for me to want it too much. There's a bit of resistance when it comes to just giving yourself permission to desire the desire. That's how it was coming through. So we're going to get to the bottom of all of that. This is our full breakdown of the reading that we're doing today, all about how and when it will happen. We talked about this in the intro, but it is basically any desired outcome or desired reality that you have on your mind. You could even leave it open to spirit and see what situation they want to talk to you about today. But we have the reading here on YouTube as well as an extended. So here on YouTube, we are going to see your current energy, its current energy, so the energy of your desired outcome. We are also going to see the current energy of the collective who will be affected by you receiving this outcome, or who would even benefit from you having it. We are going to see what chain of events needs to unfold in order for you to receive this outcome, a sign that you'll see right before it happens. And then we're going to look into the timing. So we're going to find out whether this will happen when you're hoping for it to happen. Maybe it's going to be a bit sooner. Maybe it's going to be a bit later. And we're going to see how in control you are of the timing. And then we're going to get some guidance for you and see what is it asking of you right now. So basically we're going into the consciousness of your desired outcome and seeing what advice it has for you so that you can align with it better. So that's our YouTube reading. In the extended, which by the way, the extendeds are officially going to be available on YouTube memberships too. I figured let's just make them available everywhere. So you have 3 options for the extended. It's available on Vimeo as a one-time purchase, YouTube memberships as a membership, and Patreon as either one-time purchase or membership, whatever works best for you. If you are considering joining a membership, though, please do make sure that you read the descriptions of the different levels so that you know exactly what you're getting with each membership and there's no confusion. Okay, so in the extended reading, we're going to see what about your desired outcome will be exactly as you've dreamed it, exactly as you envisioned it. What about it is going to surprise you? We're going to see 3 possible time frames for this outcome to happen, and you can claim those that resonate with you. It might be just one of them. It may be all 3 of them for different stages of the journey. We're going to get a message from the version of you who already has it. And then at the end, we're going to get a message or advice from anyone of your choice. So this could be a person, someone's higher self, your higher self, a spirit guide, a loved one of yours, anyone you would like to receive advice from pertaining to this journey. This will be an opportunity to hear from them. So that is the full reading that we're going to be doing today. Thank you so much for being here, and let's get into it. Okay, we are channeling the energy of group number 3 towards why am I feeling this energy? I feel like maybe sometimes a part of you invalidates this desire by either saying like it's unrealistic or it lacks substance, or like you don't really want it, you just think you want it, or like you're wanting it too much or something. Different ways, different tactics that a certain part of you uses to invalidate the desire. Maybe there is a part of you that tries to suppress it to avoid like the disappointment if you don't get it. Or if there's certain aspects of the desire or of this journey that you don't quite understand, part of you could feel it's easier to just suppress it rather than like deep diving into it and seeing where it comes from. Group number 3's current energy towards their desire. Yeah, we have the 3 of Swords. So all of these things that you may be doing, I think at its heart is to avoid pain. And I keep wanting to say a part of you, because it's not like your whole being that's doing this. It's maybe like one voice in your head, like a part of your mind has this idea that it would be best to just shut down this desire and like, let's not even get our hopes up at all, because it's probably not going to happen anyway. And so then you tell yourself things like, oh, well, actually, it's not that realistic, or like, you just like the idea of it, not the real thing, or it's not good to want things too much anyway. Like, it's like there's this bypassing part of you that seems to be hurting your heart if we take this image literally. So I feel like this card is confirming that your desire is a desire of your heart. It's literally your heart's desire. And it's something in your mind that maybe tries to rationalize it away, but it thinks that it's protecting you from some kind of pain or disappointment. The energy of your desire. Is it desire, or is it love that I'm feeling from you? We have the 7 of Swords. There could be also, and this could be mutual, but when I see the Seven of Swords, I mean, actually, it makes a lot of sense because the Seven of Swords can talk about inauthenticity and like hiding the full truth. And that definitely goes with the previous message if you resonate with kind of suppressing your desire in a way that is hiding your full truth. But what I'm picking up with this is an uncertainty about someone's intentions. So we're kind of proceeding with caution. I don't know if there's like a person on the other side of your desire, but you could be unsure about someone's intentions, or someone is unsure about your intentions. I feel like this desire at the point that you're watching this still remains largely unrealized and unexplored. With all of this swords energy, it seems like something that you've thought about a lot, because swords represent the mind and thoughts, things like that. It's something that you've thought about a lot, but either haven't taken steps towards it, or it just hasn't really materialized. Mentally, this desire is very mature. Physically, it's in its infancy, if that makes sense. It's only just barely trickled into the physical realm. And there's still so much more. Why do I feel excited? I feel like you, group number 3, might feel nervous about that. Me, as an outsider, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so exciting. Like, there's still so much to learn and experience and explore when it comes to this desire that you have. I feel like there's still a lot of unknowns, and you might feel uneasy about moving towards it. And if there is a person or like some energy on the other side might feel the same way about you, like unsure about your intentions, unsure of what you want, unsure of how to proceed. There's this kind of apprehension on both sides between you and your desire. And yeah, this is totally giving like the mind is trying to detach, but the heart is solid in its, like I said what I said. I'm thinking of that Selena Gomez song, The Heart Wants What It Wants, but in this case, it's like the heart said what it said. Your heart's like, did I stutter? That's the vibe that I'm getting. Okay. Let's pull a card for the energy of the collective. I feel so excited, group number 3, and it makes me kind of sad because I feel like a good chunk of you are actually cutting yourselves off from feeling this excitement and like feeling hopeful. Woo! Okay. We have the Magician and the Empress. Holy crap. Look. That's so fucking funny, group number 3. So what did I just finish saying? Your energy seems apprehensive. Your desire's energy seems apprehensive. The collective's energy is like so certain and so excited, which leads me to believe that any third party, any outsider, myself included, because I've been feeling this, can see the positive potential if you were to move towards your desire, or if your desire were to move towards you. But maybe because there's so much hope and expectation on your part, it freezes you. It's something you care about deeply, and there's so much on the line that the fear of it not working out, or the fear of getting it and then losing it, is so strong. Your mind tries to protect you by that and say like, oh, well, we don't want it that much anyway, or like, oh, we should never mind about that. It is fanciful. It is unrealistic. Like, oh, you don't really want that. It's trying to protect you. And I don't know what's on the other side of your desire, but somehow I feel like this energy is being mirrored back to you. So you and your desire are kind of frozen, not really approaching each other, overthinking things. Meanwhile, the collective is like, guys, group 3 and group 3's desired reality, like, what are you doing? And maybe it's weird to say the collective is manifesting this for you. Maybe it's not weird, but the Magician and the Empress are both very, very good manifestors. And the collective who will benefit from you receiving your desired reality, it's like the collective beliefs are helping to manifest this. And collective shifts are helping to manifest this. So these hang-ups and these blockages that you may be feeling, I think it's actually a collective wound that is healing right now. Because there's so many people who deal with the same thing of denying their own desires, of suppressing their own desires. We just made a video about this not too long ago, that a lot of the manifestation in spiritual community has become like that, which is very sad. Like, don't want anything, don't want it too much. Like, I think we're healing from that as a collective. And the more that energy becomes lighter in the collective, the more it's going to help you. We're all healing from this. I feel like we're all saying F it. Like, I want what I want, my heart wants what it wants, and I'm just gonna like fuck around and be hopeful about it. I don't want to say the F word too much because we're on YouTube, but I just want to F around and validate my desire for once. I just want to F around and take the plunge into it. Life's too short to say that's unrealistic, that's too this, that's too that. You'll never know if you don't try. And this collective wound is healing, and it's going to affect you too. Like, I feel like we're all doing this together. And now I'm thinking of the High School Musical song. A lot of songs coming up for this group, which was not happening in the other groups. So this could be my musical group. Like, you or someone involved here could be a musician. Especially with like Mercury and Venus energy. That just feels, something about that feels musical to me. Or just artistic. Creating beauty, communicating beauty, sharing art. Mercury, Venus feels very like that. We're all in this together. This is going to sound cheesy, but we're all interconnected. You and me, we're interconnected, and your healing is going to help me, and my healing is going to help you. Everyone watching this, like all my group number 3s, your healing is helping all the other group number 3s too. Because it's like a collective wound that we're chipping away at together so that we can all boldly go after our dreams. Group number 3s, if you want to leave comments and support each other, I feel like that would be very sweet. There's just this feeling of we're all rooting for each other. And I think that's something that you could take with you that would help you as well. Like, we want this to happen. We support you getting your desire. And you healing will help the collective get their desires too. We don't have limiting beliefs in a vacuum. We don't have wounds in a vacuum. They exist on the mental and emotional planes and attach to many people. So you're not alone, but this is tired. Like, this old narrative is tired of like getting in our own way and saying, I can't have this because XYZ. Like, it's tired. The Magician and the Empress are way more powerful than this mental BS, this tired old story. Okay. we're gonna get some clarifiers for these energies. To clarify your energy, we have positivity. And in the context of these cards, this is making me think of toxic positivity and spiritual bypassing, which is very interesting because I do think that a lot of the time suppressing our desire, the ego is very sneaky and slippery, and it can do some nefarious shit and frame it in a positive way. So, you know, suppressing our desire, but call it, I'm detaching, I'm transcending, I'm awakening, I don't need anything. Be careful about your sneaky, slippery ego, because it will have you doing things that are harmful to you or suppressive of your true nature, but frame it as this like enlightened, awakened thing that you're doing. I don't mean you specifically, group number 3, but like we have to be aware of that. And I also want to say it's not your desire that causes you pain, it's your relationship to it or the way you think about it. So throwing away your desire is not the solution. Imagine if you just radically accepted that all of your desires are valid. Woo, okay. Literally manifest and the Magician. You're manifesting this. The collective is manifesting this. We also have Joyous. You deserve the joy that the fulfillment of this desire will bring you. This is something that will make the collective very happy. I know, you're still unsure about your ability to manifest it. That's what I'm picking up. Underneath all of the, oh, but do I really want this? Oh, but is this really in my highest good? Underneath all of that is like, I don't know if I can do it. And the ego feels much more proud saying, oh, well, I don't want it anyway, than to say, I'm afraid I can't do this. There's absolutely a vulnerability that comes with opening up your heart to your desires and hoping for it. Absolutely. And it's scary. And so I think all of this like mental gymnastics to suppress your desire is really just like to protect you from something that your mind finds scary, like the vulnerability of it all, the putting your heart on your sleeve of it all. Yeah. Let's take a look at the chain of events. What chain of events needs to unfold in order for you to receive this desire? We have, ooh, sheesh, okay. The two cards that came out at the same time are the High Priestess and the Ten of Cups. You know in your heart of hearts that this is it. I'm so happy to see this. I don't mean for this to be a discouraging message, but this is literally the first step of your journey. The first step of your journey is admitting your deep knowing that this is it, that this is the happiness you've been waiting for, that this is your heart's true desire, and that there is something to this. The first step is admitting that and accepting that. So if you haven't done that fully, the journey hasn't even started. And that's why, probably for many of you, this desire has been coming in at a trickling pace, like a drop a day, or maybe not at all. I feel like it's been so slow and so little, and like the developments have been so few and far between. It's barely even started. It requires this radical acceptance of the desire of like, yes, I want it. I may not completely understand it yet because it's largely not manifested in the 3D yet, but I feel it from my subconscious, I feel it from my emotions, I feel it from my spirit. Maybe the first step is acknowledging that your spirit is telling you something, and that maybe my mind doesn't understand it, and maybe that's okay, and maybe it's still valid. Maybe my mind is not the final authority. My little human brain is not the final authority of what is real and what is not, what is important and what is not. If I feel something so big in my heart, if I feel something to the point that like it literally feels like my spirit is talking to me, like that's probably something to validate. That's probably something to look into and welcome in and accept. The radical acceptance that this desire exists and is real, and like this is it. This is the happiness my soul is longing for. That's step one of your journey. If you have done this, then your journey towards it has started. If you haven't done this fully, then it hasn't started yet. And I don't want that to be discouraging, because maybe this is like the missing piece of the puzzle. Like once you can fully accept it, the ball's gonna start rolling. The wheels are gonna be set into motion. And you're gonna start to see things rapidly changing in your physical reality. It's like a floodgate that has to open. And until now, it's just been like dripping. Drip, 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 makes an annoying sound. Drip, drip, drip. It's time to open it and just let it whoosh. Let it flood into the physical plane. If I may, some of you might feel called to, in your next meditation, really focus on your heart space, and see if any visuals or sensations come to mind. Because I just saw like wooden panels over my heart, as if someone had like, with a hammer, and like boarded it up. So I don't know, so something can't get in, or so something can't come out, I don't know. But that very much feels like a visual representation of blocking out emotions. So it might be good to be mindful of any visuals that come up in a meditation surrounding your heart, or any sensations, any colors, any words. So you can see where your heart is at. Your analyzing mind has greatly overestimated its importance in this journey. You are not going to logic your way to this manifestation. You are going to feel your way to it. You are going to delulu your way to it. The number 2 could be significant because we had 2 cards coming out at the same time. We have the 2 birds here, and High Priestess is the number 2. Foxes could be a significant animal for you. Sunflowers could be significant too. Pomegranates, I mean, those are on most High Priestess cards, but, or a lot of them anyway, but could still be significant. Poppies. Actually, I don't know if those are poppies, but it looked like it. We have the King of Pentacles. Okay, there's a part of your journey that does involve some sort of material success or the mastery of something. When I said mastery, I thought of a master's degree, which that could be the case for some of you. But there is part of this journey that involves, for example, completing, what do you call it? Completing an educational process, like getting a degree or reaching the top of your career, reaching a big milestone, becoming advanced in something, becoming an expert in something, like getting a high qualification in some endeavor. And becoming, this sounds cheesy, but like the king of the castle. You need to become the main character of your own life. And this goes back to that first message of I'm tired of being an afterthought. For many of you, this mastery, this completion, this milestone maybe has been an afterthought. I think this is something that will bring you success and maybe even money, but it's not about that. It's about choosing yourself. So even if we just use like the master's degree as an example, like sure, that could bring you amazing like career opportunities, open doors for you, get you higher paying jobs. Like yes, but I feel like the main motivation behind it is I've wanted to do this for a long time, but I sort of lost my way fulfilling other people's expectations or living the life that others thought I should live, or sacrificing my own ambitions and my own passions for something else or someone else. And it's like, it's not just about the mastery, it's what that represents. It represents a commitment to yourself. It represents choosing yourself. It represents giving your potential the love and care it deserves to blossom in this physical world. That's what you're most proud of. Like I see you, I don't know what it is. You're holding something, a degree, a certificate, an award. You're holding it and it's like, this is a testament that I chose myself, that I committed to myself. That's important. I don't, regardless of what your desired outcome is referring to, this is important. It's important for the relationship with yourself. Some of you could also be, sometimes the King of Pentacles gives me a feeling of someone who is healing from imposter syndrome. Also, I have a very strong taste of oregano right now. That's very weird. Kind of like oregano oil, which can be a remedy for some things, I'm pretty sure. Let me look into that. Oh my God. I just went to look up what that might mean, and it's 222 right now. Oregano, beyond its culinary uses, holds significant spiritual meanings, particularly related to happiness, luck, protection, and healing. It is often associated with joy and is considered a symbol of happiness in various traditions. In ancient times, it was used in rituals to ward off negative energy and promote well-being. Correspondences: air, Libra, Venus, and feminine. Happiness, joy. Happiness and joy is coming out a lot. Psychic dreams and antibacterial. Okay, I just wanted to look that up. Thank you for humoring me as I looked up my random clairgustance, whatever that word is. Yeah, your spirit guides are really driving the point home that it's like whatever you receive tangibly or materially through this mastery is not the point. Or I should say, it's not a prerequisite to you receiving your desire. It's not like, oh, you have to become the top of your career in order to get what you want, or in order to be worthy of what you want, or you have to receive this physical thing or this qualification. I mean, it might be for some of you, but and I'm probably a broken record, but it's just like, it's not about that. It's about like making yourself the most important person in your life. This is a part of the healing of honoring your desires. Like, this is something I've always said I wanted to do. This is something I've always said I was going to do. So I'm going to show myself that that desire deserves to be fulfilled. The more you can do things to show yourself that, the more you're going to start to believe like my desires are valid and my desires can be realized. So honoring your own commitments and showing yourself like, when I want to do something, I'm going to do it. Like, I'm going to give that to myself. That's really, really important. Now I'm tasting red wine. Let me know if any of you experience this. It's either clairgustance or clairgustians, but the, clair tasting, because that's the second time that's happened. We have the Three of Pentacles. And the Six of Cups. That's beautiful. This Three of Pentacles is giving me the feeling that you will receive your desire through some form of collaboration or third-party introduction. Like a friend introducing you to someone, a coworker introducing you to someone, connections made through collaboration, through work, through being involved with the same project as someone else. It's not quite as broad as networking. It feels more deliberate than networking, because networking is like, I don't know, you go to an event and you're just talking to everybody and seeing who's a good fit for you, seeing who you could form connections with. But this feels like very specific. It's like someone in your life saying, I want you to meet someone. Or you being specifically chosen to work on something or to attend something and then meeting another very specific person there. It's less like a broader networking and more like people in your life going like, oh, I think you and this person would go well together, and like a mutual friend or a mutual collaborator or a something like that. this is a step to you getting your desired outcome. So your desired outcome could be related to the project itself or related to the person you would meet as a result. But you're collaborating, or helping someone out, or someone's helping you, and you're getting introduced to someone who is very, very important. Probably a past life connection or a soulmate, the fact that we have the Six of Cups here. This is like a familiarity. Okay. It's familiar because you're like, oh, this is this is what my soul was talking about. Okay. That's weird. That's spooky. I feel like many of you, and I've already said this, sorry, but it's like what your desire looks like in the physical could still be kind of vague, but the pull from your soul is very much there. And there's this feeling of when you meet your desire, like when you meet the person or when you step into the place or when you get that offer, there's this immediate like, oh, that's it. That you're, like, for example, you're the person that my soul can't shut up about. Okay, that was you. Like, I recognize it right away. And maybe, speaking of the Claire tasting, it could have something to do with that. For example, I feel like I use this one a lot because it's so easy. But like, if you are always smelling roses and then you meet someone and they're like, hi, my name's Rose, is like, what is going on in here on this day? Like, there's something spooky that's happening like that where you're like, okay, soul, like, you're trying to tell me something that I'm longing for or like something that I should move towards. I feel like it sounds a bit delulu, but I'm just gonna go with it, okay? I'm just gonna radically accept that you're trying to tell me something and that like all of these signs and symbols and dreams and messages are like talking about something real. And I'm just gonna keep honoring that. I'm just gonna keep that in my heart and I'm just gonna accept that it's real. And then you continue moving through life and walk right into the thing that your soul was telling you about, the person, the place, the experience. And you know right away, like, oh, this is what I was having all those dreams about. Like, it's pretty wild when it happens. And yeah, there may be like sensory signs that you receive, like smells or tastes or sounds. You're kind of experiencing it before it happens in the physical, and there's this like immediate familiarity. I feel like you're getting reconnected with someone you knew from a past life, and there's this instant relief. Like, imagine you're at a really loud, like noisy, crowded party. You don't know anyone, the music's really weird, and you're just like tired and confused and like socially anxious. And you're like, what the, like, I want to go home. And then you see like your best friend in the crowd and you're like, oh my God, thank God. Like, thank God you're here. I feel like this is how your soul feels. Your soul's like, I'm in this like weird ass planet, like, and then you recognize your friend and you're like, thank sweet fuck that you're here. Gosh, I'm dropping too many F-bombs in this reading, but I can't help it. I'm excited and I'm like, I'm passionate about this message. I don't know what this is. Maybe this is making sense to you because you know what your desire is, but like, you're getting led to a very significant connection. And maybe that connection itself is your desire, or like that connection is someone you will make this happen with. I don't know what I'm smelling, but it's reminding me of like body lotion. But yeah, anyway. Yeah, there could be something about like a fragrance that is really, really familiar. That's coming up quite a bit. Okay, what's a sign that you're going to see right before it happens? Oh, cherry blossoms could also be significant. Which is very funny to me because there's actually a body lotion from Bath and Body Works that is cherry blossom scented, and that smell is so freaking nostalgic and familiar to me because I used to wear it when I was a kid. And every time I smell it, it like transports me back. You know, smell is very powerful for that kind of thing. And there's just something sensory about this experience that immediately you're like, oh, I know what this is. Could even be the sound of someone's voice, or like seeing their eyes, or their face just looks really familiar. Ooh, we have the Wheel of Fortune. So it's not one specific sign that you're going to see, but it is increased synchronicity. You're going to be experiencing increased synchronicity and things that feel freaky. Things that feel like there's no way that was a coincidence. Dreaming about something and then it happens. Having the exact same dream as someone else. Thinking about someone you haven't heard from in 5 years, and then like 10 minutes later they text you. This kind of weird shit that makes you feel like the universe is listening and the universe is interacting with you. And it feels kind of cheeky, like the universe is messing with you. Like in a playful way. Like, oh, you think I'm not listening? You think I'm not everywhere? Like, I'm in the walls. I am everywhere. My essence permeates everything. I'm in you. I see everything. I know how to talk to you. I know how to send you messages. I know how to send you confirmations. In terms of whether it's going to happen when you're expecting, or a bit sooner, or a bit later, we have the Nine of Pentacles. Every group today has gotten a Pentacles card for this question, I'm pretty sure. And so everyone has gotten the message that it's happening a bit later than you expected. This doesn't surprise me because of the previous message of things have been progressing really, really, really slowly. Trickling was the word. But it's because you have other things to do first. Not because the other things are prerequisites, but because there's something very powerful about you choosing yourself. The Nine of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles here are really giving me the feeling of some form of academic mastery or career mastery that you are reaching, like just for you, like just to show yourself that you could do it, and to show yourself that you were worth the effort. I would even encourage you lovingly to kind of how do I say this? Remove, I feel like all of your desires are good and you should do them, but some of them may need removing of a component that says, like, I need to do this in order to be worthy of something. So If you want to get a master's degree, that is a good desire and you should do it. But if there is some component in there that says, I must get this master's degree so that I can be worthy of XYZ, or like so that the universe will give me XYZ, then that can be deleted. Like, we don't need that. We just need to do it because we deserve it. Because it's for us. And because we're the most important thing ever in our life. So there's other things for you to do first because they're priority, not because you have to do them to be worthy of your desire. But you are the priority, always. Another sign too, a sign right before it happens, is that you might literally feel like you woke up on a different timeline. Like, it's giving lack of continuity. Like, you woke up and something's just different, and there's no way to explain it other than we jumped timelines. 'Cause that wasn't the reality yesterday. I don't know if that's ever happened to you before, but it's very freaky when it does happen. You know, major arcana, your sign being a major arcana, it's something pretty big and something that's pretty difficult to ignore. So that's why I say, like, it's stuff that's gonna freak you out, you know? Seeing angel numbers does not freak us out, I'm pretty sure. But when you're like, how did that happen? That couldn't have been a coincidence. That's just freaky. Those kind of things are going to be happening. How in control are you over the timing of this? Judgment and the Five of Swords. Interesting. I'm taking this quite literally. Like, basically, as soon as you can release any judgments that you feel over your desire, or like trying to fight it, that's how you can control the timing. Because like we said, the second you radically accept it and validate it and feel it to be real and true because your spirit said so, and that's enough, that's when everything starts moving. And this, like, accomplishing something for yourself is going to help that. It helps to reinforce this idea of, I deserve to make the things I want happen. And I'm always worth the effort. Like, my desires are always worth the effort. And judgment also, this is a past life thing. Like a past life reunion, reunite. That's what reunion is. Okay, so finally, let's see what this desired outcome is asking of you right now. What is your desired outcome asking of you right now? We have two coming out at the same time. This was not really happening for the other groups like that, group number 3, but for you, it's happened 3 times now. Like two together, 2 together, 2 together. There is a connection that is very important, regardless of what your desire is. Like, you and someone, you're important. Okay. We have distinctive potential. Rely on your faith and the knowledge that nothing is impossible. Use your determination to hang in there until you realize a goal. And we also have be insightful and established. Ground and rebalance your energy. Bring your awareness into the now rather than allowing it to occupy the past or future. Call all of your energy into the now, because now is the moment that has the greatest potential. Now is the moment that everything can change. Okay, group number 3, we are going to go into your extended now, where we're going to see what is something about this desired outcome that will be exactly as you dreamed it. What is something about it that will surprise you? 3 possible time frames for this to happen. A message from the version of you who already has it, and a message from anyone of your choice, a person, someone's higher self, a spirit guide, who can give you some advice as you go about this journey. So if you want to join me in the extended, that's going to be linked down below. The links to all of the different platforms will be there, so wherever you want to meet me, I will be there waiting for you. If you want to leave the reading here, thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. If you enjoy my content and you'd like to find me elsewhere, I'm going to have linked down below my tarot reading Instagram, my personal Instagram, all the links to the exclusive pick a card readings and the extended readings, all of those, and my music channel, where you can listen to the intro song that was at the start of this video. That is an original song, and I'll also have my latest release linked down below. Thank you guys so much for supporting me, my channel, and anything I do. I really appreciate having you here, and I'm sending so much love to you, your higher self, anyone who appeared in this reading, their higher self, and your spirit guides, your spiritual team, and all of your loved ones, both here on earth and in the other realms. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.